Late 90s and early 2000s, educational computer games were something else. I really honestly think if game creators were to take that same approach today, it wouldn't work. I remember playing many great games for PC at that time. Those were the days. But there's one game in particular that gives me a feeling of nostalgia that I don't feel from any other PC game in the world. And that game is Freddi Fish. And it made me discover this universe of computer games that were and still are so amazing that I still play them to this day. This is the insane and amazing universe of Humongous Entertainment.
Thanks for getting the flowers, Sam.
Sure thing, Freddi.
They're wonderful. Gotta go, Sam.
Bye, Freddi.
It all started when I was a child. My dad was a computer technician, so he would always bring home the latest PC equipment and technology. I used to sit and idolize my dad as he worked on and built computers. This was amazing and definitely a privilege, considering not a lot of kids had seen a computer in their household when they were children in the late 90s and early 2000s. Me and my siblings had seen and played with floppy disk games, pre-installed solitaires, and frozen bubble on Linux. But one day Dad came home with a stack of computer games, compact disc, CDs. Among them become some of my favorite games. Jumpstart Second Grade was one that I spent a lot of time with, and of course the backyard sports games, Backyards Baseball and Football, and Freddi Fish. I was blown away by the gameplay of Freddi Fish. This game was different. Freddi Fish was released in 1994 by Humongous Entertainment. I didn't get a hold of a copy of this game until the early 2000s, but I held on to my copy for many years. It was just as amazing then as it was on its release, I guarantee you, and it still holds up to this day. Freddi Fish was a point-and-click adventure game, where in the first game, the one that I owned, Freddi Fish and his friend Luther have to solve the case of the missing kelp seeds. Freddi's grandmother's kelp seeds were stolen by evil sharks, and you have to be the one to solve the case. I spent hours playing this game through and through, and never got tired of learning from it. Do me a favor and go ahead and like this video if you made it this far, before the sharks get a hold of your kelp seeds too. But one day late at night as a kid, I would wake up and go to the computer when I wasn't supposed to. It was the middle of the night. I was supposed to be in bed. I would go on to my dad's computer and load up the Freddi Fish disc in the drive very quietly, trying not to wake up Mom and Dad. Just hoping that one of them would not hear a sound. I discovered something new that night. Demos. Yes, there were demos for other games like Freddi Fish on the disc, and I didn't know this. There were games like Spy Fox, Pajama Sam, and Putt-Putt. Putt-Putt Saves the Zoo, Spy Fox Dry Cereal, and Pajama Sam No Need to Hide When It's Dark Out. Pajama Sam always had the longest titles, by the way.
Okay, this is it. This is the big one.
I know that there were probably a lot more Humongous Entertainment games at the time, but these were the few that I was exposed to as a child. Though the other games were great, I seem to have forgotten about the backyard sports games. I don't seem to have the urge to want to revisit them as much as the others. Humongous Entertainment games would just be embedded into my memory forever, and the feeling of nostalgia I get from them today is magical. I would go on to have Freddi Fish in the case of the missing kelp seed for many years, like I said, and it wouldn't be till around 13 years old or so, after my parents' divorce, I would come across something new, a website where you could download Humongous Entertainment games and demos. Was it legal? I didn't know or care at the time. Don't arrest me, please. But I would finally get that feeling again, and then life would happen. I would mature for a little bit, put away childish things, and forget about Humongous Entertainment for many years. It wouldn't be till this year, the sheer reason why I wanted to make a video about this. Humongous Entertainment games would come back to my mind. I put Freddi Fish in the search bar on the App Store to find out that they had Freddi Fish games. And then I would type Humongous Entertainment to find that every main Humongous Entertainment game was there. It cost, but good God Almighty, every game that I've wanted to play, all the ones that I've only got to play the demo for so long, were here on the App Store. And now, after 20 plus years, I could play the games that I've wanted to for so long. Insane. I have come to learn that Humongous Entertainment games were not only made for children, they are just as challenging and fun for adults to play. So if you have made it this far and for some reason have never heard of these game titles before, definitely check them out. Well, that's my story for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, check out my other video about Majora's Mask. And subscribe for more videos like this, because many more are to come. I love you guys so much. And until next time, stay nostalgic, people.